What's up, everybody? Welcome to a round 4 special edition of the round 4 Showdown show on a Friday here, as the round 4 is going to take place on Saturday with the NFC AFC championship games being taken place on Sunday with CBS having coverage of both. So they moved this tournament up again. So we're here on a Friday night. I got my guy Locks with me here. We're going to break this down. From a Showdown tournament strategy aspect here, we've got a lot of interesting options here at the top. But first, let me bring my guy Locks in. Locks, what's going on, man? How's your teams looking heading into the final day?
Yeah, my teams ain't looking too good, so I'm kind of checked out. Maybe we'll win some money back in the round 4 showdowns, but that's all right. My boy Kitayama didn't really do me any favors, so I'm kind of in the weeds this week. That's all right. We look forward to the showdown. Obviously, interesting week so far. A lot of different ways you can go about this last round here. So excited to dive in, excited to be here with you. So, yeah, let's get started.
Yeah, let's jump this down. Like we usually do, we will break this down from a leaderboard aspect here. We'll start at the top of the leaderboard and move down, try and find some plays and fades for us in the correct route to attack this slate. So let's kind of start up here. Let's go T4 and up, minus 12 down to minus 7. Sahith Theegala at minus 7 all the way up to Sam Ryder. What's your first thoughts on here with the leaders here? How are you looking to break this down and attack this top of the leaderboard here? We need to find some plays, a couple of plays, and then quite a few fades. I like to fade most of these guys and try and find one or two guys I think can win this.
Yeah, absolutely. As I'm kind of looking at this, and what I kind of do going into round 4 is I'll try to pick the guys up top that I think a lot of ownership are going to, that I think could possibly let us down a little bit. Guys that kind of went off in the third round, somewhere along those lines. But that's kind of how I'll look at things, try to angle myself. Looking up here right away, I mean, I'm probably fading Finau. I'll be honest with you up here. I'm probably going to fade Rahm and Ryder. I might fade all 3 guys up top. May sound ridiculous, but that's kind of the way I'm leaning almost. If I were to play any one of these guys, it'd be Rahm out of those top 3 guys. But in the 7 under range, I love Morikawa, I love Homa, I love Im. I think those 3 I will jam in, try to fit them all in if I possibly can. I don't think it's going to be possible, but we'll see. And then I'm probably fading Theegala as well. So I'd say out of this range, I'm looking at playing Morikawa, Homa, Im, and I'll sprinkle in a tiny bit of Rahm. But other than that, I'm fading the rest of these guys.
Right on there. I'm with you there on the Finau fade for sure, and the Ryder fade. I couldn't imagine clicking Ryder's name here. I think he's gonna lose it here. He shot even today, lost 1.7 strokes putting, didn't hit his irons that well either. So I think Ryder's an easy fade here. I do like Jon Rahm here and Morikawa. Those are the 2 guys I think can chase Ryder down here and win this. Rahm's looking for his 3rd straight win, so he's going to be well motivated heading into this final day. Only 2 back of Ryder, and that lead can be gone in 1 hole. It can be gone in almost 1 swing with Ryder getting up on that tee box. He's going to have a lot of nerves going through him, playing with Rahm there in the final group. So I think Ryder's going to fade off fairly fast. Then you got Finau there at 8 under. It looks like he's probably going to play with Im. I haven't seen the pairings yet, but that's how they kind of finished here on the leaderboard. So I would expect those 2 to be there. And then we'll probably get like Morikawa and Homa to playing together. I think that would be a really good pairing if you could get Morikawa and Homa. I think those guys just have similar personalities. I think they could feed off each other really well. So I kind of like both of those guys. I'll probably be off of Finau though. He gained over 3 strokes putting today. And on his first round here on day 1 at the South Course, he lost over 2 strokes putting. So I think that's going to kind of fall back towards the mean. And I'd look for Finau to maybe even just break even putting tomorrow, or maybe gain a little bit, but certainly not the 3 strokes he did today. So I'm going to be off of Finau. Sungjae is a fine play, I think, right there. He gained a lot around the green today, which is kind of worrisome a little. He was all right with the irons, gained just about a stroke with the irons today. So I think Im's a fine option, but I really like the Morikawa, Homa, Rahm here. I don't know if I can play all 3 of them. Probably can. You can probably still get overweight on all 3 of them, though. But, yeah, it's going to be Rahm 1 for me, and then Morikawa and probably Homa there. I think I'm going to be off at Theegala as well there. Generally like to play him more so not when he's not – I guess there's not too much pressure on. What do you think about the Gala there, 5 back? I don't think there'll be too much pressure on him, but he's generally a guy I don't like to play when there's a ton of pressure on him on Sundays.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat. I just haven't seen it out of him on Sundays and in round 4s and stuff. Just bringing it home. I just think he kind of stays steady around par. I don't think he really gains any ground, but he's not going to lose a ton. I don't see myself going there this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So I think we're pretty much right on the same ones. I mean, if Morikawa can get that putter going for once, he showed the upside many times this week. Today he had 6 birdies there, but he also had some bad swings out there and some bad missed putts there, going towards 4 bogeys there. So if he can shoot like a bogey-free 6-7 under round, I think he can put some heat on him there, and maybe it's his turn to come from behind and put one on him like they did for him a couple weeks ago at the TOC, which is hurtful to see. But yeah, so let's jump down into this next group of guys. Let's just do the -5s to -6, kind of hit on a few guys here. The guys I'm going to be higher on in this range is I kind of like Brendan Steele to bounce back. He lost a lot putting today. Didn't hit his irons that good either, but he had a ton of pressure on him, I felt, coming into this round. Shot 4 over. He's still he's still in the top 10. I think he's a guy that could kind of right the ship and bounce back. I don't think anybody's going to go back to him tomorrow, so I kind of like him there. And then Keegan's always a good showdown option. He did have a super hot putter today, gained over 4 strokes putting, but that's kind of what Keegan does from time to time. You know, the ups and downs of Keegan Bradley on a round-by-round basis. And then I'm kind of interested in your thoughts on Ricky Flower there. He shot 5 under today. He hit the irons just absolutely pure today, gained over 4 strokes approach today. Putted to like a 0 and still shot 5 under there. Had 6 birdies and 1 bogey. What's your thoughts on Mr. Flower heading into the final round?
Yeah, I don't mind me a little Flower. I'm not going to lie. He's looked a lot better. He's inching his way back. I mean, we saw the elite player he used to be. There's no saying he can't get back there. Maybe he's on that path. I do have some interest here. I mean, in the 5 and 6 under range, really, I see 2 names, maybe 3 that I'm going to play, and everybody else I'm Xing out. I mean, right away, yeah, Steele, Bradley, and really Flower. Those 3 guys, now X everybody out in this range. I don't see anybody else that I can see myself playing. So it's those 3 guys and move on for me. I definitely like Flower. I'd say my favorite is probably Keegan out of the 3 there. Yeah. I like Steele for a bounce back too. I don't know. We'll see. He's not high on my list. And then Ricky Fowler as well.
Yeah, hopefully some people go back to this Sam Stevens guy. The pressure was on him today, and I seen some of his iron shots, and they were not too pretty there. And then he bogeys his final 2 holes coming in, so I think he's going to be an easy fade there for me too. Yeah, we can jump down into. Let's break down these -4 guys quick. Just run through some of these guys. One of my favorite guys is in this range. Ryan Palmer, I was on him coming into the week. He was a Snyder Soldier this week. He's sitting in the top 15. Course horse. I think the last 5 times he's played this event, he's finished 21st or better. So he's right there in contention there again. I think he's another guy that can be – he's got a really good price tag too, 7,500. Steady Eddie guy. Can go out there and shoot 2 or 3 under, I think, tomorrow and pay off his price tag pretty well. Then we got Xander, who's going to be, I think, lower owned in this top tier range, 9,500. He's a really good tournament play, I think. He's a guy that can get real hot. This is a home game for him. And then Taylor Moore is another guy I'm looking at here at the -4 range. And then we even got Jason Day there too. What sticks out to you the most here with these -4 guys?
Yeah, looking at all of them, really, I'm going to go with 3 names again. Other than that, I'm probably crossing the rest out. I'm not as high on Palmer. I just don't – I don't know. I haven't seen him close in a while either, to be honest with you. So I just don't see myself going there. I just think Schauffele, Day, and Matsuyama are just so much better options here. And they always, on Sundays, whether they're in contention or not, generally play good on Sundays. And I like these guys when they're chasing because these guys can just rack up birdies in a freaking hurry. And even on tough tracks. And anytime I can get these guys low owned on a Sunday, I'll gladly have all 3 of them. The rest of these 4 under guys, I really don't see myself getting to. like I said, I'm Xing out Palmer. I don't like Taryn. I might sprinkle a little bit of Taylor Moore and Lonto Griffin, maybe. I'll have to see how my builds go, but I just think these guys higher than them are so much more talented.
Yeah, for sure. They're Hideki is an interesting guy there. He gained strokes across the board today. I think he's a solid option there for sure. There. Any thought in Taylor Moore here? He's got the upside. He had 4 birdies today, but he also had some bad swings out there. He had 4 bogeys, giving some shots back. I think he's an interesting guy that can go low.
Go ahead.
What's that? I just think he has pretty solid birdie upside for the cheap price tag. He's sitting at 7,200. I don't think that many people will go to him just because he shot even par today, but I think he's a guy that can go out there and make 4 to 6 birdies and pay off that price tag pretty easily.
Yeah, I agree with him, and I agree with Lonto. So if I'm looking at the lower salaried guys in that range, I'd say only Lonto and Taylor Moore. Those are my 2 guys in that lower salary out of the 4 under guys.
Yep, I like that Lonto call there for sure. We see him start off like last year. He started off super hot here on the West Coast swing, so I like that call, and he played pretty well today. And then Colin Taryn was a guy we were kind of on. I don't think I'm going to get on to him. I was off of him today. We played him on round 2. Everybody did. I kind of got off of him today, so I'll probably just kind of stay off of him there. Jason Day was a guy that started out good today and then just kind of went to crap there on the I guess his final 13 holes. So that'll be interesting. He's a course horse here. Be interesting to see if many people go to him. He's priced fairly decent. 9,100. I don't think anybody's going to go to him. So
yeah, he's up there.
I think that would be a decent tournament option. But what are you thinking with these -3 guys here? My guy Taylor Montgomery kind of hurt my feelings here. I was overweight on him, and nobody really played him this week. He was still at around 15% ownership. It's kind of crazy how he's been golfing so good and nobody's really been rostering him too much. I mean, the putter just really let him down today. Lost about 2 strokes putting, and that's usually his bread and butter. So I think that putter's going to come back to him tomorrow. I think he's a really good tournament play for tomorrow. What's your thoughts here on these guys here at -3? It looks like we got about 6 or 7 guys here. My guy Kevin Hughes in there too, another Snyder soldier that made the cut.
Yeah, Kevin Yu, that's a good shout out there. Wouldn't mind a little bit of him. But if I'm looking at these 3 under guys, there's a couple that stand out to me. Johnny Vegas, I always like him. He's always priced so low with how much upside he has. I love it. So I'll be definitely playing him at 7,200. Thomas Dietrich, I like him. He's always a solid player. He always seems to be there. Just a solid ball striker. Yeah, he's struggled. He's been struggling with the putter a little bit. If he can turn that around, though, I mean, he's gained strokes gained total the whole week. So I like him tomorrow. Montgomery had just that price tag. That's the only thing I look at, Snyder, is 10-1 for him. I just don't know if I can get that price tag for him.
For sure.
It hasn't shown me it yet. He's a solid player. I've loved him all year. Don't get me wrong. I think he's been in my core twice already. But I can't pay that price tag for him tomorrow, I don't think.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think about this guy, Kevin Tway? He's almost got a min salary at 6,400. I think he's a really good punt option for us to kind of load up on some of these studs. Hit his irons very good today. Almost gained 2 strokes approach. Lost about a half a stroke putting. But he showed some upside, some good upside there. He made 6 birdies today. Any thoughts for you on Kevin Tway for a value punt play?
I'm going to say Kevin Tway is a automatic X out for me. I will not be playing any Kevin Tway, and I highly suggest not to.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he's a guy that's pretty volatile. Interesting though. There's not too many punt plays I like here. I like Scott Piercy a little bit at 6,600 -2. And then Adam Shank was another guy at 4 under who shot 4 under today, but it was more so with the putter at 6,200. So that's about one of the reasons why I kind of included Tway. Yeah. Just not like a great tournament, just maybe like a sprinkle guy if you want to try and jam in some of these studs. There wasn't too much value that was really sticking out to me here on tomorrow's slate. Kevin Yu was at 7K. He's kind of getting up there a little bit. I think he's a solid value option, though, like I mentioned. Yeah, it's going to be interesting what people do from that large field $20 GPP. If you're playing for that 50K though, I think Taylor Montgomery is a good leverage play there.
Yeah.
He'll probably be like 5% owned or something. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he goes out and shoots 5 under again like he did around 1 on this course or something like that. But you probably still need a little bit more than that. Any other final thoughts from you in these 300 guys?
No, 300 guys, I'm good. Probably just a few guys I mentioned, I'm moving on. But yeah, definitely, if you want to play Montgomery, you can get him super low owned because people won't go there price-wise.
Yeah, for sure. We can let's jump into let's hit these -2 guys here. We got Mav McNeely. Kind of struggled here the last 2 days. He shot 74 yesterday. Today he shoots a little bit better, makes 3 birdies and 2 bogeys to shoot 71. He's always got upside, but the price tag is a little high on him. Justin Suz there, Siwoo Kim. We've got Garrick Higo shot even today, and then Adam Hadwin, Piercy, and Trey Molnex all shot 2 under today and sit at 2 under. Piercy's the guy I might lean to there just for a value play. Any -2 guys sticking out to you here?
Not much here. Siwoo Kim's been playing good, so a little bit of interest in him. McNeely and Hadwin, those are my main points. Obviously, they're all expensive. So, I mean, that's the reason we all like them, right? Because we know what they can do. So, yeah, if you're looking at value at the -2s, maybe a little Piercy. I don't mind a little bit of Garrick Higo. He actually looks decent this week, so I wouldn't mind throwing him out there as some value in this 200 range, but I don't have a lot of interest here. I don't really see me actually playing a bunch of these guys, but if I'm talking about them, those are the guys I would pick in that range.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're pretty much right in the same wheelhouse there. Justin Saw is a guy who did a lot of it around the green and short game today. He lost 3 strokes off the tee. That's something that's not going to be profitable here, especially as this rough continues to get even longer into tomorrow. Siwoo Kim was terrible off the tee today as well. I think I'm going to be on some Piercy there. He made 5 birdies today. He's got some pretty good upside. Left some shots out there on the par 5s as well. Made bogey on one of them, so I think that's interesting there. We can just kind of finish this out. I don't see too much here. I'm definitely not playing any of these guys even or lower, I don't think, tomorrow. But there's some guys here at 1 under that have some pretty big upside here, like Justin Thomas. That's another guy that's going to be like 5% owned. I mean, we know he's got – if he can make some putts and stuff and get that irons going, he's a guy that can go out there and shoot 64 or something tomorrow and kind of – break the slate there for that bigger GPP. Any other guys stick out to you? We got like Alex Smalley. That's one of our guys. Luke List is down there. He can get super hot with the putter at times. Vincent Norman, he was there. He shot 5 over today. Him and Brent Grant shot 5 over today. I kind of thought those two would come back to reality today. They were a couple of fades there. Anything sticking out to you here in this 1 under range?
Not a whole lot. I mean, JT, I love this guy when he's chasing, because when he starts playing aggressive, I honestly wish this guy would play aggressive and act like he's coming from behind every tournament, because he's just so good when he gets in that mode. And you see it all the time on Sundays, him shoot up the leaderboards. It's like him, Xander, and a couple other guys you always see on Sundays. If they're way back, they're going to creep up the board and finish top 10. It's how it goes. These guys are too good. They generally don't play bad all week for the most part when they get 4 rounds. So I love him at low ownership. Really, he's one of my only guys I even like playing down here. Otherwise, the rest of this whole group from 1 under down, even down, I just probably won't get to. Unless you got some value down here of a guy that's like JT, that when they play aggressive, they play good. That's
what do you think of like a Cam Champ tomorrow at 7,100?
Yeah, that's who you got to kind of look for, guys that can just turn into birdie machines quickly for you. They might make some bogeys and stuff, but you want birdies in round 4 showdown. Placement points is where people try to, I think, play a little bit too much, but really they don't affect you much unless you're going to finish first, second. Other than that, it really doesn't mean much if your guy can out birdie a few of the guys ahead of him. So that's what you kind of got to look for. Don't just jam these guys because, hey, this guy is -1. Okay, there's probably better play at 1 over because the guy will make 3 more birdies than him. So that's where you kind of got to – I think that's my best advice for round 4 showdown is stop playing so much with the placement points unless you know a guy's going to win.
Yeah, unless we're at like the U.S. Open or something where the scoring is going to be at an absolute premium where they're going to probably make 3 or 4 birdies at max. But I think at this tournament, I know the South Course plays tough, but there are birdies to be made out there. There are 6 to 7 birdie rounds out there to be made, and you will just leapfrog so many of those guys if they go out and shoot even and your guy shoots 4 or 5 under. I mean, you got so much leverage ownership wise, and then you're going to outscore the 2 points or whatever they get for placement points or whatever. It's not even worth like 1 birdie. So that's great advice there. That's something I like to do as well. I usually, the first thing I do when looking at round 4 is I look up top of the leaderboard, try and pick 1 or 2 guys, and then I just cross the rest out and just see where it leads us. But before we get out of here, let's get a winner from each one of us. Who do you think's going to win tomorrow? I'll let you go first, and then I'll give a winner as well.
Come on, Snyder. I'm going to take your guy, and then you're going to be pissed.
It's all good.
I don't want to pick him now because you're going to pick him.
I might be going with someone else. You never know.
I'm going to say that Morikawa blew it a couple weeks ago. I think he's coming from behind. He's taking it home. Rahm's finally not going to get a victory. I think Rahm finishes outside of the top 3. That's my bold
I like
call.
it.
Morikawa's going to win.
It's a great bold call. I love it. I'm right there with you. I hope. I mean, there'd be nothing better to post a little tweet out there or something. I did post something back on Morikawa's first round. I posted or tweeted something out about Morikawa wants all the smoke in 2023 and second place finish, and now he's knocking on the door again. So I think he's definitely there. I'm gonna go with Rahm though, just to try and jinx him. I think Rahm's gonna get the 3-bagger here, the turkey, and wins this event. Hopefully, I jinx him and my guy Morikawa can make some putts tomorrow and get us to the winner's circle, because I'm definitely overweight on Morikawa as he's once again under like 10%, which is just crazy. I mean, it's gonna be pretty sad once I hope they keep pricing him up though, and people keep getting off of him, because I want him priced high. I want him at the lower ownership like I usually have been getting. So I like that. Any final thoughts to you before we get out of here? We'll kind of wrap this up fairly quick. I mean, we'll be at 25, 30 minutes, which is pretty solid here for a 2-man booth. Any final thoughts for you?
No, just looking down in this range, if like say the even to 5 over guys, just real quick. I mean, a couple guys that can get there for you just as far as birdies and stuff is Ben Griffin, Davis Thompson, Griot. Those are just a few guys down here that I would have interest in. I'm not going to play anybody 1 over and worse, but just those couple guys at even, I think, could get it done for you at super low ownership.
Yeah, my guy Ben Griffin kind of hurt my feelings. I was overweight on him, and he just made a mess of that back 9. Made a couple bogeys, double bogeys, and then 3 other bogeys. So he's a guy that can definitely turn it on if he can get it going. Lost 3 strokes putting today, which is definitely not helpful for him there, but definitely like that call. I think, yeah, we've got the Showdown playbook over on Run Pure Sports. Use the promo code LOCKS15 or Snyder15. Get you 15% off your first month, week, or whichever membership you decide to use there. We've got that even includes SaberSim as well. Like we're looking at SaberSim right now. SaberSim has the salaries pulled up, the live leaderboard, the placements, all that stuff, and they've got win odds and all that on the SaberSim site. So SaberSim is absolutely the nuts best optimizer, I think, for all sports. Now they keep adding more stuff, they keep improving everything. So head on over to Run Pure Sports, join the movement there. Use that promo code LOCKS15 or Snyder15. Either one of them will get you that 15% off. And hit the like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't yet. But I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Appreciate you guys watching us. So always run pure there. And for Locks, for Snyder, we're out.